Hey, welcome back. My name is Dino. This video is titled The Digital Presentation of Self in Everyday Life. And I'll get where I got that title from in just a second. I'll give you a quick overview. It's basically a sort of a sort of a punny version of the of Goffman's book, The Presentation of Self in Everyday Life. So it's kind of like translating it to the modern era. Goffman has various ideas on human action. The best way to understand human action is to see people as actors on a social stage, and that they create an impression of ourselves, or we, for the benefit of an audience and ourselves. From this, sort of the big point of this is that human beings are actors creating impressions on a social stage, and that these social stages, this is, again, sort of translating it, these social stages have migrated and multiplied online. They present the idea of a front. And in terms of social identity, when acting in the social world, we put on a front to project an image of ourselves as part of our social identity. When we create a front by manipulating various things. The setting where we perform. Offline would be like, say, a living room. Online would be like an online platform. Our appearance. We'd wear clothes, say, in the living room. For an online platform, like a gaming platform, the game player would maybe wear a skin. And then in terms of our manner, that would be maybe the emotional demeanor about how when we're communicating. Online, that might be the emoji use, maybe in a text-based format. You might be using all caps if you're excited or angry. From this, we put on and then manipulate our front, depending on various situations like the setting, our appearance, and our manner. There are multiplicity of fronts. In the social world, we put on various fronts depending on, again, the social stage where we perform. That could be a school, that would be offline, and an online game for online. Then the actors with whom we perform. Say at a school, the actors would be students, maybe a teacher, maybe a principal. For an online game, that would be the other game players we're playing with. From all of this, we put on and manipulate our front depending on the setting and the players. As tech develops over time, our fronts correspondingly multiply. We just have more and more fronts, like venues within which to manipulate our fronts. We're going to need to project and then manage more and more fronts as these platforms multiply. The fronts may conflict. For example, think about, you might have a formal professional office vibe that you have on LinkedIn, and then uninformally you might have a wild Instagram or Facebook online persona, which can conflict, which could cause trouble. Endless expression. Audiences constantly look for signs we emit, like we give off to know who we are. And from Goffman, performers can stop giving expressions, but they cannot stop giving them off. So I may formally, like, say if I just stop my expressions in whatever way I think I am. That doesn't mean that the person who's receiving them isn't going to stop receiving them in whatever way they are. So the signs we emit are ever present for our audiences as they look to us to get to know who we are. And if you think about online life, there's no off switch for our online life. So say if you have an online avatar for a profile, that's always on. If you have a website, like a personal website or professional website, it's not like it's ever off. Obviously there's tech problems, but they're always on. And these platforms demand content. They send us texting, if we're in a group text, you feel compelled to text all the time. A platform can send you notifications telling you here's the newest update, blah blah blah. Expressive control. We constantly need to practice expressive control on our social stages, whatever they are, whether they're on or offline. The problems arise with our performance. This might betray that we are not the person our act suggests that we are. For example, in real life, we can lose bodily control, such as we might slouch. If we're online, we might make an online verbal gaffe if we're doing something in real time. We can make a clothing or an appearance mistake. Say we could be scruffy. So say if we have a really curated, nice professional demeanor, we might wear crazy beards during the summer when you're on vacation. From all of this, the performance and the image, there can be dissonance. It's ever ready to emerge, like when we make a mistake. It is virtually impossible to be perfect and consistent performer 24/7. And due to how many online platforms we have, we may need to manage our imperfect and inconsistent performances depending on how much they deviate from our perfect and our consistent performances. Finally, branding the self. We can create personal, professional brands and online identities. I mean, it's easy to make a Facebook page, Instagram profile, X, LinkedIn, etc. I like to call them perfecting tools. And this is from Chi et al. Tech can present ourselves in forms that are better than we normally are on a daily basis. Think about, like, let's say on Instagram, you might have a filter to make you look better, or you might Photoshop a photo. Consistent presentation. We can brand the self via the presentation of cultural, social, and political interests in a consistent, visible manner, especially when we're online. So, when we're inconsistent, it can, for our audiences, it can cause some kind of disruption and dissonance when they're viewing our online everyday life. From all of this, tech platforms allow us to present our best self and brand and our best brand image, again through filters, through selecting, various photos that make us look fabulous, etc., etc. And from this, we need to vigilantly curate and maintain the best self and selves, or our brand image or images, because they can easily become dissonant, imperfect, and inconsistent with our brand. So just think about those things. Curating them and maintaining them can be a lot of work, as people who are online today know. That was the digital presentation of self in everyday life, a little bit of discussion of Goffman's iconic text. Please feel free to like this video. Please feel free to comment on any of the issues, such as the idea of the front, about endless expression online, expressive control, and branding ourselves. Finally, if you like this type of content, please feel free to subscribe to this channel for similar types of content. As always, thanks for watching.